Andy, 1-1 draw here in Kilsyth Rangers. What's your first thoughts on tonight's game?
I think first thoughts probably a fair result on reflection. I think both teams had spells in the game. I think it was an evenly contested game throughout the game, but only frustration for us is I think maybe period 65 minutes to 80 minutes we were in top, got the goal, get back into the game at one each, and then potentially maybe go a wee bit too direct, stop playing as much and go direct. So as I say, overall probably a fair result, but maybe a wee bit of frustration that we didn't take advantage when we were on top.
Cagey enough first half. I mean, nothing really too clear cut. I suppose Conor Hamilton's header was the closest either team came to really breaking the deadlock. What was the message at half time after that?
I think again first half we felt that when we had the ball we were maybe a wee bit loose in possession, so asked them to maybe get on the ball. I think first 15-20 minutes we felt we'd hardly touched it. Asked them to get on the ball a wee bit more, be patient in the build up, and hopefully the gaps would come. You mentioned Hammy's header. I think we spoke to him in half time about getting into the centre of the goal. That's where we want Hammy, number 9 in the middle of the goal. Gets a chance in the second half with a header for 6 yards out that he's unlucky, comes off his shoulder. But listen, if Hammy gets into the positions and he keeps making the runs, eventually the goals will come. So
just when Kilsyth did go 1 up, was a bit of luck about it really? Or did you see any change in the lads, any heads drop?
No, I think probably the opposite. I think we're standing on the side and thinking, Jesus, the goals we're conceding week in, week out, we're just not getting the rub of the green just now. I don't think with the goals that we're conceding, but the reaction we got for the boys tonight was probably as good as we've seen when we've went a goal behind. I think the frustration with us is maybe that we've not seen that reaction before we go a goal behind, and it's took the goal to jag us into life a bit. But as I say, that after their goal for that 15-minute period, I think it's probably our strongest period in the game. And then maybe when we get the goal to equalise, we maybe get a wee bit excited and go all guns blazing for the winner and start going a bit more direct. And listen, we're not a team that goes direct. We're good when we get on the ball and we play. So good, happy with the reaction after their goal, but maybe after their own goal I think we could maybe react again and go again. But maybe a wee bit disappointed at the reaction to our own goal, but the goal we conceded, I'm more than happy with the reaction.
Going away to Fort Wanderers now on Saturday, another tough game obviously on the road. Lots of positives to take from tonight for you?
Yeah, I think it's been positives for every game, you know what I mean. I think frustration's probably the key word for the start of the season for us. I think we look organised, we look set up, but in both boxes we're maybe conceding cheap goals and not taking the chances. And I know in weeks gone by the gaffer spoke about that. That's the frustration for us. Looking at fourth, I think every game in this league's tough. I know they've had a good result tonight, so I've got no doubt going down to fourth it'll be another tough game. But listen, I think if we focus on ourselves and we take it a game at a time, we would fancy ourselves in any game against any opposition in this league. I think we've just got to be a wee bit more clinical in the final third and tighten up a wee bit at the back in terms of the goals we're conceding. But confident going into Saturday, and hopefully the draws we can start to see turning into wins.
What's the mood like in the camp overall? We've lost 1 of our first 5 games, and as you say, we come away from each game talking about just with a little bit more we could be looking at a lot more points. Yeah. Do you feel the group is moving in the right direction?
Certainly, I think potentially immediately after the game, certain games we've maybe been a wee bit down, but that's up to us to lift them, you know what I mean. I think the message from us is that we're doing the right things and we're very close, and hopefully it turns. As I say, you look at the shape and our organisation behind the ball is all good. I think we're getting into the final third, maybe a wee bit more quality in the final third, as we're guilty of passing up chances, we're guilty of maybe not creating as much as we should when we get into good areas. So listen, I think it would be silly to be disheartened at the start of the season having only lost 1 game, but listen, we're well aware that we need to turn the draws into wins very quickly. I think Gaffer's just said in there, draws in this league can be just as harmful as a defeat in terms of only picking up 1 point, and especially as other teams start to stretch away for you. So listen, it's important that we try to regroup, take the positives for each performance and move forward. But in comparison to last year, and I know we looked at it at the weekend, I think we took 11 points for the first 7 games in August last year, so we're at 6 after 5, so 2 wins takes us to 12, and it's almost an identical start for last year. So listen, I don't think we can do disheartened. The mood in the camp is good, but it's just about that next wee bit now. Can we take it to the next level?
Great, thanks very much, Andy.
Thank you, cheers.